Hey, it's Q Morgan from The Q Morgan Show on 88.3 FM WXOU, as well as event host and minister of the gospel. And you are tuned in to F3 with Bre'Ana Simone.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bre'Ana Simone, and you're tuned in to another episode of F3 with Bre'Ana Simone. And today, we have the great honor of having Mr. Q Morgan on our show. Say what's up to everybody.
What's going on? I'm excited to be here.
And we are excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm honored. You've been doing some great things, so I'm just excited to be a part.
And you have as well, and of course, that's why you're on F3 with Bre'Ana Simone.
You gotta be doing something.
Yes, you gotta be doing something positive, and you're truly, for our generation, one of the positive people in our community. So we're happy to have you here. And for those of you that don't know, and for those of our subscribers that don't know, tell them, who is Q Morgan? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, let me tell you, it took a long time to figure out who I was. I felt like for a long time I was trying to be everything that everybody tried to make me into being. You know, and so when I discovered who I was and what I didn't like and what I did like, and what worked for me and what didn't work for me, man, it was the best feeling ever. Because now I'm not walking around trying to be a carbon copy. Exactly. And I'm just excited to be originally me and authentically me. But man, I'm a lover. I'm passionate. I'm goal oriented. I'm zealous about ministry. I love God. I love God. Like, for real.
Do you love God?
I love God.
What's wrong with you?
You know? But I love God. And I'm just a guy who grew up in Pontiac, Michigan. I felt this tug of ministry and this tug to do something more and be positive and, you know, really be an example. And so I stepped into that calling and stepped into ministry at 16 years old and accepted that call into ministry and just have been on this ride, man. And God has opened up so many doors for me to do radio and host events and travel and be a part of conferences and workshops. So Q Morgan is a man who loves God. Absolutely. And willing to do whatever it takes to encourage and motivate the people of God.
Right. Okay. So you said a lot.
I know,
We're
right?
gonna get into all of that. But one thing that I really want to specifically talk about right now, you said you accepted your calling, kind of stepped into ministry at the early age of 16. I'm sure that could be challenging with, you know, the pressures of just trying to be what you think is accepted, or trying to fit in, or trying to still live a righteous life but still be a teen. How does that work at the age of 16? How did you do that? How did you balance the two?
Man, it was difficult for me. I remember I was smoking weed, I was drinking, I started having sex at 14 years old. Things were very difficult for me, they were very hard for me. And I just felt something telling me that something needed to change or my life was going to go. I mean, I was going to hit a brick wall real soon. And I was like, okay, you know, I don't know what this tug is, you know, because I knew God, but I didn't know God.
Right.
And so I'm like, I feel something, and I felt that tug. And my friend was like, oh, you want to come smoke weed with us? And I'm like, no, I don't want to smoke weed. I think I want to go to this Bible study. That same night, I got a call that my friend's car got shot up. There was a bullet that went through the passenger seat.
Were you supposed to be in that car?
And had I been in the car, it probably would have hit me.
Wow.
And, you know, I'm like, man, God was covering me, but I didn't know He was covering me. So I was like, I'm not going to wait till I'm 55 to walk in what I know God has called me to do. Mm-hmm. I'll do it at 16. But it was a difficult journey even then.
In a transition.
Young. Yeah. I had to let go of some friends. I had to let go of some family members. I had to let go of some places I just couldn't go. Some people I just couldn't kick it with. Some girls I just couldn't call anymore.
Exactly.
You know, so it was difficult even at 16, but I was like, I know that this is what the Lord is calling me to do, so I got to do it. And it was hard saying, hey, I know you my boy and I love you, man, but we just can't be cool.
We live two different lives.
And I got to let you go. Mm-hmm. Even with family members, like, hey, I know you my cousin and I love you so much, but God's leading me in a different direction, so I got to let you go. And they're like, what, you only 16? You're supposed to have fun, and you're supposed to drink, and you're supposed to party. And I was like, no, I'd rather slay it now so that I can eat it later than to be trying to slay it in my 50s. You know what I'm saying? When God gave me an opportunity to do it in my 20s, even at 16.
Right. That's awesome. And of course, you're going to have, you know, not even just with ministry, but even when you elevate and you are trying to get to the next level, sometimes you're going to have to let go of those friendships, those relationships, those family members that just aren't on the same page or on the same path that you are, and kind of on that same level. And when I say level, I don't mean like you're better than anybody. Right, I mean, as far as really wanting to do something with your life. Yeah. So that's great that you were able to, I know it was probably challenging, but that's great that you were able to kind of separate that. And hopefully there was no love lost, and they will support you and understand now that, wow, he did that for a reason, because you've come such a long way, and it's so good to have someone in our generation, our age, be so on fire for God. So that's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Aww.
And for our subscribers that don't know who you are or where they can get connected, and maybe if they wanted to maybe get some word or anything from you, where can they follow you and stay connected to you?
Well, you can follow me on all social media. My wonderful cousin has told me to keep the brand the same on everything that you do. And so you can follow me on all social media at Q Morgan. That's QUEMORGAN, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. If you can even look me up on MySpace. I'm still on.
You still on MySpace?
I'm still on MySpace.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So let's talk about the elevation in technology real quick. This is totally off topic, but the fact that you still have a MySpace.
I didn't delete mine. You deleted yours?
I actually did not delete mine, but if I were to go on and try to get the password, I don't know if I remember it. But let's talk about the elevation of technology and kind of how that has helped you with your brand.
Oh my gosh, man. If I had not just been watching and paying attention to so many just great people around the world, I probably wouldn't know. But social media is such a tool.
It is.
And it has grown, I mean, just my radio show, it's grown my ministry, it's grown me as a person, and it's challenged me to grow. Because reality is, you can't be saying that you are in ministry and you posting pictures of you in the club, drinking, smoking, having sex. You know, you can't be saying that you trying to start your business, but the reality is you twerking on somebody's car on Instagram. You know, and so
the same page you promote your business.
You promoting your business and your booty at the same time. And so the
how does that work?
They don't know what to buy, chicken or booty. You know, and so it really is a great tool, but it can also tear you down at the same time. But the evolution of it, man, has really just pushed me to not only just be ministering like face to face with people in the pulpit, but I can preach on Periscope. I can minister to people on Instagram. You know, people see little clips I post to me singing, and they're like, wow, like, oh my gosh, just that little clip inspired me and motivated me. And you post a little quote with it, it just gave me some encouragement. I'm like, man, this is just through social media.
Exactly.
You know, if you meet the real thing, you're going to really love me.
All
know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right. So tell us a little bit about your radio show. So we're here in the studio.
I know we're here.
And that's so dope, right where you do your thing. So tell us a little bit about your radio show. You actually just had a 1-year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's hype. So tell us a little bit about that. How did you get into radio? Why radio? You sing, you do event hosts and everything. Why radio?
I didn't know that radio was in me, you know, and I believe that there are people who come in your life to plant, and there are people who come in your life to water. And I remember that I needed some things to be planted in me that weren't in me. And so I got hooked up with this guy. I literally just reached out to him on Facebook, and I was like, listen, I'm looking to learn just in another area as far as media.
Shout out to social media.
Yeah. Just right through Facebook.
So you met him on social media?
Yes.
Awesome.
I inboxed him and was like, listen, I need to intern under you. And he pulled me under his wing. And he gave me the opportunity to just host a news segment on his radio show. And I fell in love with it, man. And people were texting me like, hey, I heard your voice. And I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. Because we first started in Cleveland and then it expanded to Atlantic City. So I was like, 20 years old. And I'm on radio, in Atlantic City and in Cleveland. And I got my start there. And then the Lord was like, you know what, Q, I'm calling you to something higher. Calling you to something bigger, man. I just got your feet wet. Now it's time for you to put your hands in it. And so
that was just a little taste.
I know, right? And so then he opened the door for me to have my own radio show at a college I don't even attend.
Right. How does that work? Because nothing but God, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I actually had a radio show too, and you did have to be a student to go and have a radio show in the under the Grand Valley name. So how does that work?
Man, it is nothing but favor. I'm telling you, I wasn't tied into nobody. I didn't know anybody. One like, my cousin over there. Like, I just reached out and was like, listen, I'm believing God for this door. And the door opened and they were like, sure, we would love you. And we recently had a meeting and they were like, Q, your show is the most organized, most incredible show that we have on the station. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's not even supposed to be on the station, not qualified.
Right.
God set that thing up and put it into place. Absolutely. And so he opened the door for me to have my own radio show, and I had so much fun doing it, man. I didn't even realize how much of a passion it was. And I have people around the world who support me from Memphis and California, Tennessee, who call in and support. And people who listen and they're like, Q, I want you to come over here to my conference in Tennessee just because I heard your show and I love what you do.
That's absolutely
So you never know. You just got to get in it and start doing it because you never know what doors may open up from it.
Absolutely. So for those that do not listen and would like to listen tell us when your radio show airs, how they can listen, how they can tune in.
Yeah. Well, the Q Morgan Show airs on 88.3 FM WXOU every Saturday at 12 noon. That's Eastern Standard Time. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it because it's an incredible show. I've had some great people, all over the world support me, like Bashawn Mitchell, Jacqueline Carr, Breland Bowman. People just love it, man. And we have a great time. We have a lot of fun. So if you can, and I'm believing that you can, tune in every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on 88.3 FM WXOU or WXOU.org.
Awesome. And do they have to log on online to do that, or you can just listen to us right in your car? How does that work?
You can, if you're here in the Detroit area, you can listen right in your car.
Really?
88.3 FM WXOU, or you can go online and listen live at WXOU.org.
Awesome. That's so great.
Yeah, man.
So how did you celebrate your 1-year anniversary?
Well, I turned
turned up in the station.
I turned up in the station. No, I reached out to some people and I was like, what do you think I should do? And a friend was like, you should just have people call in from all around the world and just kind of show their love on you. And we just made it happen. And I was overwhelmed, man. People were calling and emailing. We did Facebook Live on that day. People were all on Facebook Live messaging. Yes. It was incredible. And I can't even believe it's 1 year, And God has done great things just within this year. So I'm excited to see what He does in the next 5, 10, 15 years.
Absolutely. Yes. So you recently hosted an event, Guns Down, Praise Up.
Man, yes.
Tell me about that.
I don't want to just be a minister. I don't want to just be somebody who does radio. I don't want to just be somebody who hosts events. I want to be somebody who brings change to the community and really impacts the community in a great way. And so when you think about all the violence that happens in Pontiac, it's crazy. People our age are being killed, shot in the streets, fighting in schools.
For no reason.
For no apparent reason. And I'm like, I want to be a part of something. I want to create something where I can bring a bunch of great leaders in the city together, great young leaders, and we can just be a voice and talk about some of the ways that we can help bring awareness and help bring change to the community. And so Guns Down, Praise Up was literally an event that I pitched to a friend. He pitched it back to me, said, I'm going to hold it at my church. You sponsor it. I was like, okay, cool. And we made it happen. And the house was packed. The mayor was there from the city of Pontiac, came and supported.
That's awesome.
And what a great jewel she is to the city. And so it was an incredible event. Because the reality is, we're young and we don't need to be killing each other, beating up on each other,
right.
Shooting each other. We need to be about bringing change to our community and change to the city. So it was an incredible event.
That's great. So what do you think that the actual underlying issue is? Why are people our age, and I know death has no age, but why are people our age dying to senseless crime? We're killing each other. What do you think the underlying issue is?
To be honest, I think that fathers have stopped wanting to be fathers and mothers have stopped wanting to be mothers. And so you have mothers who are walking out of children's lives and fathers who are leaving their children and not stepping up to the plate and being an example for them. And so they've been forced to lash out on their own and learn things on their own. And in that, they get so frustrated of not understanding how to do it right. They just continue to keep doing it wrong. And from those wrong decisions, anger is created. And that anger is what causes people to lash out and to act out. And so then they don't just become mad at the father or the mother, but they become mad at everybody who's around them. They become mad at family members. They become mad at friends.
Or if they don't even know you and they're having a bad day.
And they're mad at you. Exactly. And so they begin to lash out in ways. But the reality is, like I said, the Guns Down, Praise Up. The city just needs love. The country needs love. The world needs love. And the greatest love of all is the love of God.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm good.
Yes,
I like
that. I like how you tied that all together. But you're exactly right. I think that is definitely one of the most important underlying issues, and not even just that. I think it has a lot to do with, like you said, with parenting. And this is no shade to anyone our age that has children, but it does have a lot to do with parenting at a young age.
Yeah.
You don't know everything.
You don't. Stop thinking that you do.
You don't. We don't know everything. We're in our 20s. I'm not trying to be funny, but this is our selfish years. And children are a blessing. They're great. But when you have them, you should be sure and ready that you're ready to have children and change your life.
That's real.
Change your whole life.
I'm like Q. I'm not ready for no kid right now. At the end of the day, I don't even want to bring a kid into this world not having things in line. The reality, the Bible says that a blessed man is a man who leaves behind an inheritance for his children and his children's children. I would never bring a child into this world and not have things in line, scholarships, money, diapers, etc. in line. And I think that's a problem with the community, that's a problem with the church. We act before we think. And the reality is, when you start thinking about some of the things that we're acting upon, you know,
Absolutely.
you don't just go in because it look fun. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That 20 minutes you think is hot because you in emotion, you know. But the reality is, you create something that you got to live with. And you got to face. And so I'm like, man, I don't ever want to just make a permanent decision based on a temporary action or temporary feeling. I want to make sure that it's right.
That's
and
good.
It's in the right time.
That's good.
You know?
That's good. Okay, so people, you also have a prayer conference call.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. I did some research. I did my research. I know.
I don't do it when I'm not a routine kind of guy, so I don't just do stuff just to do it.
Right.
It has to be spirit led for me. It has to be driven. It has to be passion. I don't just get up and eat potatoes every day because I like potatoes. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta be hungry for some potatoes.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be hungry for it.
Right.
Ooh,
yeah, that got good.
Yeah, I gotta be hungry for it.
I like that.
And so every now and then, God will place this unction in me, this hunger in me to pray for God's people. And sometimes it's like 2 hours before. And I'm like, I always do a prayer call at 9 p.m. So it'll be like 4 or 5 hours before, and I'll post, hey, I'm doing a prayer call. And I'll just tag like maybe 5 people in it. And 5 people share it. And 5 more people share it. Thank you, social media. What? And before you know it, I looked on the call and there's 78 people on the call. I'm like, what the heck, you know? But it's literally spirit led, and it's not deep. I ain't deep at all. I ain't saying the Lord said. I ain't like that. I'm helping you.
In real.
Yeah, and practical things. So you get on the call and I'm like, listen, I know that you got dreams. I know that you got visions. Why do you keep sitting on them? God has given you so much passion. He's giving you so much zeal. He's giving you so much purpose. And yet you're looking at him like he's crazy when he's telling you that you can do exactly what it is that I put into you. You know? And so the calls are really motivational, and we just end it with prayer. And I'm like, Father, I pray that you breathe on every dream, that you breathe on every vision, that you breathe on every plan. And so I'm all about life application, because the reality is you got people who do well at ministry, but they don't do well at life. So they'll go to church and they'll preach, but they beat the heck out of their life. You know, or they'll go to church and they preach, but they can't love their family, you know? So the reality is, it's not about just being good at church, it's about being good at life. And so I want to help you with the life part, so you can be well at the ministry part.
I like that. That kind of leads me right into my next question for you. You have a hashtag that I've seen that you have been kind of every day, kind of inspirational. Tell us about that hashtag.
So this new hashtag, I don't know why, every year I get this random hashtag that God just drops in my spirit. So the hashtag is hashtag living on air.
Yep.
And this hashtag just dropped in my spirit because I was in a place where I was constantly running and doing and going, and I would try to go and I would try to unwind, and people were like, hey, I seen you at this event. I'm like, oh, even at Fridays, you know? I couldn't get away from it. And the reality is I had to learn how to adjust to it. You know, I had to learn how to adjust with the pace. Like sometimes you don't get a break. Sometimes you got to keep moving, and ministry doesn't stop. You know, somebody will call me at 3 a.m., somebody will call me at 3 p.m.
I just need
and
to
I
pray
got
for
to
you.
be able to flow in it. I got to be able to go with it. And so the reality is, if you trust God and you depend on God, yeah, it may be hard, but you got to understand that just like you need Him, like you need your next breath, you know, you got to be consistent and you got to be persistent into what God has called you to do. So I'm like, no matter what it is, I'm living on this air that the reality is, it is what it is, and I can't get away from it. And so the best thing for me to do is just embrace it and walk in it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
I'm living on air.
That's
and,
right.
God placed it in my spirit as a hashtag, but I believe He's birthing out a book from it. So I'm praying on that.
Yes, book, okay. And you also have an upcoming campaign.
I do, man.
Tell me about that. And you know, nobody knows about that, so you heard it here first on F3 with Bre'Ana Simone. Tell me about that.
This self-care campaign, like I said, I don't do anything just to do it. God drops it in my spirit and I gotta act on it. This self-care campaign is all about unlearning. I think over the years we've learned so many things that we've just gravitated to it all. We haven't deciphered what to put out and what to drop down. And so it's all about unlearning the things that people have taught you, in fact, or have said to you over the years that you've unconsciously put into your spirit, and now it's resonated in your heart. So I want to teach you how to unlearn some things that people have told you or perhaps placed on you, and I want to help you unfold your destiny and your vision, your purpose, and your dreams. So the self-care campaign is all about that, unlearning and unfolding. And it's literally just a 6-week campaign. I'm sending you e-blast every Wednesday, just motivating you for 6 consecutive weeks. In there, there's an empowerment call where we can just talk about some of the things that we've experienced in the self-care campaign. And then we're going to just end it out with a big dinner at some nice restaurant, probably in Royal Oak or Birmingham. Okay. And just kind of love with each other and talk about it all together.
I like that. So for people that are interested, like myself, and our subscribers and viewers here, how can they get involved with the self-care campaign?
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to be creative and top notch. So if you want to be involved in the self-care campaign, all you have to do is text the word self to 444-999. Text the word self to 444-999 and it will immediately send you a response saying thank you for being interested in joining the Q self-care campaign. It'll say send us your email, then it'll say Kazam, thank you for joining. And it's just that easy.
That easy.
Yeah.
All right, so we definitely want to be a part of that. I think that's great, and it's another positive thing that you're doing in the community. Another reason, again, why you are on F3 with Bre'Ana Simone, and just a positive, very positive male figure in our generation. I think that's great. But before you leave, I have another question for you, and you also have to dig into our F3 box. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm going to shake it on up. All right. Don't look.
Okay, I promise you.
Get you a nice question out of there. Read it out loud to our viewers. And then answer.
What do you like least about your profession and why?
Ooh, that's good.
That is so
good.
It never stops. It never turns off. You never get a break. But the reality is it's such a joy, such a blessing. You got to pray for people at 3 a.m. and pray for people at 3 p.m. You know, but it's a blessing when you see people healed, changed, and delivered.
Yes, and you never know when you'll be a blessing to someone else. So I can see how it can kind of be a little nerve-wracking because it doesn't stop. But at the end of the day, it makes you feel good that you're blessing somebody else. So that's great.
At all times.
Yes, at all times. So tell our viewers, if they're trying to live a righteous life, they're young, tempted by temptation. What advice do you have for them?
I would say that it's not going to be easy. You cannot expect it to be. You can't think that immediately when you jump into something it's just going to be great flowers and beautiful roses, because it's not. The reality is you're going to have to go through some things. You're going to have to walk away from some people. You're going to have to let some things go. But the reality is the joy that comes with living for Christ is beyond any joy that you could ever explain or even begin to fathom. It's a joy that despite what's happening in your world, you can trust God, you can depend on God, and you know that God will come through for you. Why? Because He loves you. So don't you be discouraged, but be encouraged. Know that God is on your side, that He loves you just for you. And I know that it may be difficult and it may be hard, but I'm telling you, you can get through it. And once you get through it, believe you're going to get to some great things. And eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of men the things that God can do for you. So just walk in it. You might as well.
So for those that want more and they watched this interview and they were like, I need more. I love that guy. I need some more. Where can they follow you? Where can they stay connected to make sure that they're getting those inspirational messages and just be an inspiration to others? Where can they follow you and stay connected?
Well, you can follow me on all social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MySpace. At Q Morgan, QUEMORGAN. Listen, if you want to talk to me directly, you can email me at QMorgan, QUEMORGAN at iCloud.com. I will respond, I promise you, because I want to be a blessing to you. I want to help you. I want to encourage you. So stay connected with me.
Yes. And I did not talk about your nominations, which are amazing. I just want to say congratulations for that. He's talented, y'all. He's real talented. So for those that actually want to maybe hear some music, because the boy can sing. Okay, this young man can sing. So if they want to hear some music, or where can they kind of hear your music at?
Well, you can go to iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. You can just search up Q Morgan. My single is called It Shall Be. I released it back in 2015. It opened up some great doors for me to travel to Memphis in a couple of weeks. Super excited about that, and hopefully, win a nomination just for the single. But God has done some great things, man. I want you to be blessed. I want you to be encouraged. Listen, if you can't pay for it, inbox me. I'll send it to you for free because I love you.
Wow. And one more thing. You're also an event host. You host different events.
Yeah. If you want to book me, listen to this email. You can book me at Q Morgan Booking. That's just the letter Q. Morgan, MORGAN, booking at gmail.com. I would love to come to your event, your seminar, workshop. Do it now because people are emailing me. For real, I'm not playing. They emailing me, so you want to do it right now.
That's right. The boy is good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
it was
you.
so great
this
having
is
you.
I
This was so awesome having you. I'm so encouraged. I'm excited. You made me want to go do something.
Don't you stop doing what you're doing because you're really a blessing and really encouraging people. You travel all over. I can't keep up with you, So you got that thing. So keep doing it. Believe that.
Thank you. I received that and I appreciate it so much. Thank you. So thank you so much for tuning in to F3 with Bre'Ana Simone. Make sure you follow us on everything F3 with Bray. That's Instagram, that's Twitter. You can also like us on Facebook at F3 with Bre'Ana Simone. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Bre'Ana Simone. And make sure you stay tuned for episode 4. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.